Hey, I'm Seth with Land House. Wowtac sent over the tiny W1 flashlight. This thing is very small, but also very powerful. I thought I would use this to walk down to the micro hydro turbine, turn it on, come back up to the house, and see if we can hear it. I hope that it's going to be quiet. It is nighttime out here, which is usually the quietest time. There's no wind, just some crickets chirping. So let's walk down there, turn it on, come back up here and hear the turbine, maybe not, and then we will talk about the W1 flashlight. A deer just ran off into the woods. That deer did not go very far. He's right there. We're approaching the turbine over here, and the W1 is set to the medium setting. Let me hold down the light again. So low, medium, high. And there's actually a double tap for super bright, which is very bright here. So let me turn this back down to, let's go medium. And what we want to do is, let me open this up so you can see what the turbine looks like at night. I think I've got a mouse right down in there. He's not going to be too happy when this thing turns on. But, okay, so here is the handle. I'm going to go ahead and flip this thing to on. There we go. It's now running at full speed. Close the lid. Nice and quiet. This is the exit pipe where the water comes out at. Now the W1 flashlight is water resistant, so we should be able to stick this in the water here. No problems there. Still working nicely. Let's walk up to the house and see if we can hear this turbine noise. I seriously doubt we can. All right, moment of silence. You can hear it down here. Now let's walk up here to the house. If this isn't scary, I don't know what is. Okay, we're back up here at the house. I'm gonna have a moment of silence and see if you can hear the turbine. So it is just a very quiet droning sound up here. Very impressed with that. During the daytime, when the wind is blowing, you really can't hear it at all. So that's really great. I'm gonna go turn the turbine off and we will head to the shop and talk about the W1 for a second. Let's talk about the modes real quick. You can see there is a blue light here on the side. That's the button. So if I push that once, turns off, push it once again, turns back on with memory. So it's remembered that setting. If I hold it down, it goes bright, super bright, and back like that. So it'll just scroll through. And from any setting, let's say I'm on the lowest setting here, if I double tap, it will go into super bright, which is able to spot a long ways away. So that's the telephone pole right there. I'm gonna say about 120 feet away, and you can see it is shining in real life here really well. On the camera, decent. So off. Now if I hold it whenever it's off, it will bring up firefly mode, which if you look on the ground here is just this little tiny light that lasts and lasts and lasts. So if you were stuck in the woods and had to use this for days, you could walk around with this light and see just enough to get by. I have 2-inch styrofoam surrounding the interior of that micro hydro box, and it has made the turbine very quiet. So up here at the house, you can barely hear it at all. So let's talk about the W1 from Wowtac. I've actually had this and have used it multiple times in the past 2 months. Sorry, Wowtac, for taking so long to review this light, but it really is a nice light. A few things that I really enjoy about this. It has a double clip system. So it looks like a single clip, but it actually has kind of an S shape to it. So let's say you've got a hat and you want to be able to connect this. You just use that outer portion of the clip and it will attach to a hat bill like that. So you can work on something and be hands-free with the light there on your hat. And then if you want to just put this into your pocket, it's got the clip that works in the opposite direction, so you can just come down here, go in your pocket, and clip that so that it's not going to be coming out, kind of like that. So that's really cool. It also has a magnetic back to it with a pretty good solid connection, so you can hang it from a car hood or whatever you're working on that is metal and use the light that way. The battery in this thing is tiny. It is rechargeable through the outside here. So you just pop that little flap loose and would just charge it like you would with any of these lights. Now, one thing I don't care much for this is that the rubber here for the charger is the same feel as the rubber for the push button to turn the unit on. And so when you're in the middle of really dark night, you start pushing that, nothing happens. You have to flip it over and find that. Otherwise, it's a really good light. Now, it does have an impact resistance. The information here should tell us 1.5 meters. So if I am in a typical handheld work position, it should take this drop no problem. And it sure did. Yeah. So let's go over some specs here real quick for this little light. Firefly mode, 29 days. That's just ridiculous. Low is 25 hours, 12 lumens. Medium, 60 lumens, 5 hours. High, 197 lumens at 95 minutes. And then turbo, which is that really bright mode, 562 lumens at 1 minute, and then it drops back down to 215 lumens for 75 minutes. Strobe, which I didn't get into, 150 lumens at 3.5 hours, which is pretty cool. Yeah, waterproof, 1.5 meters, impact resistance, 1.5 meters. So it's pretty standard for most of their lights, and it's just a nice light. Let's open it up here so you can see what that battery looks like. Yeah. Okay. And the name of this battery is the let's see, 16340. It's a 3.7 volt. Really awesome. I've been impressed with this little light, and we'll definitely be using it for camping trips and just stuff here around the house. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out the W1, the Wowtac flashlight, link in the description down below. The Micro Hydro Turbine series will be coming out on August 1st and be running to about the 20th. And then the second Micro Hydro install runs from the 20th to the 30th. So definitely check that out. Look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for watching. Bye. And walk back up to the house to see I swallowed a bug.